Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, here to talk to you about the UFC Fight Night on August 6th, coming up on this Saturday. The main event between Santos and Hill. I did find a really good bet on this one that I'm very excited about. Found it using OddsJam, of course, scrolling through the OddsJam page. Before I get into it, I would appreciate it if you could like the video, comment with your feedback, whether you're tailing or if you're fading, that's fine. Any feedback is good. And then if you could also just, like the video, comment, and then subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, would appreciate that as well. So for this fight between Santos and Hill, unsurprisingly, Santos is the huge favorite. I did find this, all the odds for this match in this play specifically. If you just, I found some on the EV page, the positive EV page. There are some EV bets for the UFC Fight Night this weekend, so definitely recommend to check those out. And then if you wanted to look at an individual fight, if you wanted to look at odds, if you were looking at, like the main event, like I have one for the co-main event or the heavyweight title bout, whatever you're looking for, if you just go to oddsjam.com sports highlight MMA, you can find any of the fights that you're looking for. So if you just scroll through the page, look through the fight, I found one, again, on the main event, Santos versus Hill. Hill, of course, unsurprisingly, is the huge favorite here. I do think that there is some value if you want to bet him minus 275 on BetMGM. Obviously, the juice on that is horrible, that minus 275, but I do think that one is some pretty good value. No other book is giving you better odds than minus 290, with the OddsJam line having this at 287. So there is still some value there considering the OddsJam line. And then, the sharper, one of the other sharper books aside from the OddsJam line, BetOnline has it at minus 315. So there is some value getting it at minus 275 on BetMGM if you're comfortable with those odds. Again, that's pretty heavily juiced. I normally don't bet anything above minus 200, but when there's value, there's value. And if you think that you're comfortable with this juice, I could definitely recommend putting a couple, maybe 3 units on the money line. So the bet that I found was, I was scrolling through all the props and I was looking at the total rounds. And this is one that I found a really good bet on WynnBET, over 1.5. Over 1.5 total rounds on WynnBET minus 140. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in over 1.5. I'm going to put 3 units, like I mentioned, on the money line on this one, 150 to win 107. Bet has been locked in. Let me add this to my bet tracker for 150 on this one. Click save. The reason why I really like this one is every other book has the total rounds prop priced at 2.5. WynnBET is the only one that is giving you odds at 1.5. This is a strategy that has worked a lot for me in basketball and football, betting on totals and spreads at different numbers than all the other sports books have. You don't really need to know anything about the fight or the two fighters to just see that this is an outlier. This over 1.5, no other book is giving you that amount. So I think that one has a lot of value. Going from 1.5 to 2.5 rounds is massive. That's literally like a 50% improvement from 1.5 to 2.5. It's improving by 1 total round. So I think that's massive. So this WynnBET over 1.5 total rounds minus 140 on WynnBET is going to be my official bet. The OddsJam line, again, the sharpest line in the world, has this total at 2.5. BetOnline, another sharp one, has this total at 2.5. We bet it at 1.5, got the over at minus 140 odds, which isn't terribly juiced. That's still within kind of like the range that I'm comfortable betting at 140. So all in all, I definitely recommend taking this one. If you do, I think it's about a 3-unit bet. So that's why I put the 150 on this one. And for my prediction, Santos versus Hill, I do think Santos wins, obviously, as the heavy favorite. But I do think it goes over 1.5 rounds. And that's my prediction for the main event Fight Night on this Saturday, August 6th. If you're tailing, again, let me know. Love to hear it. Comment on the video. Let me know you're tailing. Let me know you're fading. Like the video, subscribe, and that's it. So happy betting, happy watching, and good luck.